Stephen, we all know what Loon does for this team. A lot of dirty work and beyond. But what do you say to a teammate who was down on himself? Because he clearly was down on himself late in the final seconds here of this game tonight.
Get another opportunity. I mean, we trust in what he does, and he's provided so much for us all year. Not going to, harp on one game, and he knows that. And obviously, as a competitor, you take it, pretty hard when you don't play the way that you want to. And that's what I respect most, especially his accountability and the way that, he responds. So it's a tough way to go into the break, but like the way that we all played, like the way he fought, and just got to take the positives, fix up a couple of things, come back, strong next week, get ready for the stretch run.
Steph, could you break down the final defensive possession?
Yeah, they ran, post entry to get Jokic the world to figure out what he wanted to do. I took the bait, made a dumb read. It was a step late, thinking the clock had run down enough where it was only his opportunity to shoot, and he made a great pass. And then I realized where I was and tried to make a play on the ball and contest a shot, and Monty made a clutch bucket, and I gave it to him. So the last thing you can do in that situation is give up a three. I did that.
How do you generally enter the break thinking about the season? Obviously, the record, wide scope is good, but you're 1-4 entering the break, and obviously this loss is probably tough.
It's difficult because we played well enough to win tonight, and we wanted to, I said it after the game in LA, we wanted to have an opportunity to go into the break on a high note, and for 47 minutes and 55 seconds, we gave ourselves a good shot to do that. He makes the game winner, changes the vibe dramatically, but like you said, we're in a solid position in terms of where we are in the standings. Optimism, we'll get a couple guys back, or a few guys back at some point after the break. And then we got to figure out what our rotation is going into the playoffs. But I guess overall it's a solid place to be. You have to focus on that. And if we play like we did tonight, consistently down the stretch and continue to elevate our performance on the defensive end, we're going to be just fine going into, again, the stretch run of the season. So tonight was a decent step in the right direction, even though we feel like trash right now.
We always remind you that you described the season in the beginning as 3 stages, without Clay, adjusting to Clay, and then the final season with the final stretch with Clay. Is at this point now, because of everything that's happened, waiting for Draymond, is that almost, do you have to try to push that away, or is it, okay, this is going to be fixed when Draymond's back?
Fix is a tough word just because there are other things that we have to correct while getting him, back up to speed. Obviously, Andre, the year, we haven't been whole in a long time, so you're trying to hold the fort down, because I know the way that we are constructed and the way that pieces fit, we can compete with anybody. We know that, and you scrap and claw when guys are out, the next man up mentality. But our ceiling is only, predicated on everybody being available. It's pretty straightforward. So the details of how we execute and how we play tonight and what we corrected in terms of defensive effort was great. We do need Draymond, we need Andre, we need guys to be healthy and see what we have in terms of full rotation, full roster, and kind of go from there. So until that happens, just keep plugging, keep building, and young guys keep getting reps and see what happens.
Kurt.
So quickly, Kareth, about
Yep.
Steph.